is St. John's University, renowned and distinguished center of learning. In its serene Long Island setting, St. John's University is close to the surge of the city, close to the pulse and tempo of the great metropolitan area, serving it, strengthened by it. Its two locations, the Brooklyn Center and the Jamaica campus, are citadels of educational challenge, drawing to the university's halls of learning those who search for knowledge, a place where the pursuit of excellence quickens each college day. St. John's was founded almost 100 years ago by the Vincentian Fathers, whose dedication has made it grow and flourish. Today, its faculty totals over 700 dedicated men and women. Its student body numbers into the thousands. Its alumni circle the globe. St. John's University offers young men and women opportunities to achieve traditionally classical and professional education, as will enable them to develop in learning and culture according to the philosophical and theological principles and traditions of the Roman Catholic Church. St. John's is a unity of many lives, of many minds, of many ideals, with the binding force of spiritual values. Its educational goals reaching beyond the purely intellectual development of its students. A prime tenet is education for living, a preparation for full, rich lives, for rewarding careers, with emphasis on the true and highly noble purpose of life itself. What is the secret of St. John's special spirit, its positive force in the lives of so many young Americans? Let us see for ourselves the distinctive character of its concern for the whole man, in the seminar and on the playing field, at student functions and in the laboratory, outside and inside the classroom. St. John's College and University College together comprise the colleges of liberal arts and sciences. In this philosophy class, professor and students seek out truths on nature, man, and God, norms for the solution of moral questions on the basis of reason and ethics. The student must likewise understand the principles governing living matter. At St. John's, leadership and guidance in the related areas of science and the arts are important factors. Whether the student is seeking a career in law, medicine, dentistry, science, the humanities, fine arts, or education, he finds the academic climate conducive to advancement. He discovers sources of knowledge to which he may go for his own intellectual fulfillment. Here he may seek answers, probe the unknown, chart new scientific truths, free to inquire, to experiment, and thereby to learn. Modern research facilities afford the St. John's student unlimited horizons to challenge his capabilities, encouraged and motivated by an intimate relationship between learned professor and student. An impressive list of research projects from industry and governmental agencies have been granted the university in recognition of its scientific integrity on both the faculty and student level. Of special note is St. John's magnificent library with a capacity of more than 1 million volumes. It is within these walls that the student finds exceptional resources available to him for his own independent study. Those engaged in the St. John's 4-year honors program for students of high intellectual ability find motivation here for the most strenuous mental concentration. Here is a veritable fountainhead of knowledge, from standard works in virtually all academic subjects to current periodicals on timely, stimulating, and significant issues of the day. The library provides convenient facilities for quiet, uninterrupted work. A colorful lounge makes possible moments of companionship and relaxation between periods of library study. Beyond the family circle, the university provides growth in the fundamental area of theology, carrying on the home's influence and extending it into those avenues which broaden and enrich, avenues which open to the student vistas of sacred traditions which are his heritage. Traditions, yes, but with tradition, the special tools of our modern society, the teaching power of television, which as a vital facility keeps St. John's University in the forefront of modern teaching techniques. Whether it is a discourse by one of the great authorities on the Elizabethan theater about Shakespeare's influence on modern drama, or perhaps the newest techniques of political science or teaching, the closed-circuit studio and control center expand the horizons of learning, giving to many that which was confined to a few, dramatizing what might otherwise be dull. But dullness is not a campus word at St. John's. The fresh vitality of youth, the responsible approach to learning, is a way of life. It is a special hallmark in the School of Education, which has through the years given to the educational structure of America some of its finest teachers and administrators. Students specialize to develop competence in their own professional areas of teaching. These are tomorrow's teachers, preparing for dedicated lives of service in primary and secondary education. St. John's is preeminent in affording professional preparation for supervisory and administrative positions. A broad background in liberal arts is augmented by a variety of courses in the principles which govern the educational process, and by fundamentals of teaching techniques and basic formulas which must be followed to administer with skill. This class is studying early childhood education. The students learn by doing, experiencing the excitement and team action which they will impart to their own kindergarten charges of the future. At St. John's, emphasis is placed on the simple rules of good conduct and neat appearance, or parts of the path that leads to maturity. The College of Business Administration prepares students for the competitive fields of commerce and industry. Knowledge of corporate structure, functions of the business executive, ability to reason with clarity and to grasp the realities of the marketplace, these are all part of the curriculum. In addition to an area of specialization, the student is given a foundation of liberal education which will equip him for an ever-changing and challenging business world where the prerequisites are the ability to plan and to execute. The St. John's College of Business Administration keeps pace with the technological advances of the business world by providing the most modern facilities of our computer age, to give its business administration students that extra measure of know-how in such serious demand today. The university calls upon the consulting talents of men preeminent in the world of commerce and industry, whose professional experience and prestige contribute to the high standards at St. John's. The data processing facilities not only serve the curriculum, but also contribute to the sound administrative procedures of this major university. St. John's College of Pharmacy is meeting the growing demand for pharmacists and for professionals in the field of medical technology. Under stringent laboratory training, each future pharmacist and medical technologist must progress from the simplest procedure to the most complex formula. Broad scientific knowledge is stressed, as is the importance of evaluating new trends, new diagnostic procedures, new preparations, new chemical discoveries in the field of drugs. In the pharmacist's training are included new prescription techniques, basic manufacturing methods, laboratory procedures, as he practices the intricate steps demanded as part of his professional preparation. We leave the Jamaica campus to visit the central city area of New York's Brooklyn borough. Here, in the midst of these modern professional buildings and imposing governmental facilities, stands St. John's Brooklyn Center within easy reach of the legal, business, and financial centers of downtown Brooklyn and lower Manhattan. In its law school classrooms, St. John's educates the men and women who protect our heritage of justice. Judge, prosecutor, witness, defense lawyer, jury, and audience all are here in this moot court setting to give aspiring attorneys the simulated environment in which to clash with their adversaries, to show their skills, to test their logic under conditions they will meet later in their lives as career lawyers. In the law library are to be found virtually every pertinent technical volume, every relevant reference, every research source of the legal profession. Here the St. John's student finds unlimited horizons for study and development. Famous for its demanding curriculum, the St. John's School of Law affords its students moments for relaxation and congenial discussion with their peers. Many a touchy legal point is argued, many a decision is mulled over, many a brief is mentally formulated far into the night. In the classroom, students glean the fundamentals which will serve as guideposts to their careers under the tutelage of those who speak with authority. Outside the classroom, they enjoy the benefits of personal counseling from the university's Bureau of Testing and Guidance. All students have the advantage of a responsible placement service which helps them to gain positions in the professions they have chosen to follow. It is here in the Brooklyn Center that St. John's Junior College is located, providing facilities and serving students who might not have the opportunity otherwise to pursue collegiate studies, yet who show promise of achievement on the college level. Whether it's a night class in Brooklyn or a day or night class on the Jamaica campus, the degree of student interest and involvement is high. In the area of graduate studies, St. John's has established an enviable record of achievement, as in the Center for Asian Studies. Recognized international authorities in the fields of politics, literature, and history conduct seminars to give the students a new dimension in the understanding of cultures foreign to America. St. John's is famous for its warmth and friendliness, the variety of student life, the exuberance and vitality of its scholastic community. This is evident in its wide range of student activities to fit nearly every interest, fraternities and sororities with not only social aims but also academic goals, honor societies, and campus publications. Dramatics, open to all students of the university, provide practical and enjoyable training. Productions range from modern musical comedies to Broadway dramas, from Molière to Tennessee Williams, from one-act plays to full-length presentations. Intramural sports at St. John's successfully blend active organizations, more than adequate facilities, and spirited student interest into a program of vitality and enthusiasm. The program embraces touch football, track, swimming, tennis, golf, rifle, crew, bowling, handball, squash, and softball. Expert instruction in the art of fencing is available in the intramural program. The St. John's Championship baseball team has an enviable record of victories. Wrestling, ceremonial robes and all, is another popular event on campus. The top sport at St. John's, of course, is basketball. Let's watch the Redmen in their white uniforms in action on the campus court in Alumni Hall. Coordinates add special color and spirit with their precision dancing as they perform during the halftime excitement before the Red Men go into action again. When they win, each student shares in the pride of victory, all a part of the melding of extracurricular and academic vitality of St. John's University. Here in the quiet campus chapel, students may worship in silent reverence, seeking divine guidance and strength for their daily tasks. The Academic Senate, composed of the deans, individual administrators, and elected faculty members, concerns itself with problems arising out of faculty and student administration, academic standards, the coordination of the various departments, as well as proposals for the strengthening of the academic life of the university. The University Council, composed of a distinguished group of businessmen, renders invaluable leadership to the development program of the university by their expert evaluation of projected plans and by their seasoned advice to the university administrators. These outstanding businessmen assist in establishing policy, setting guidelines, and encouraging corporate and community participation in the future of St. John's as it fulfills the professional and academic responsibilities imposed on it by the community. On the crest of the university is the inscription, "Christian education perfects the soul." Here at St. John's, men and women develop in learning and culture according to the philosophical and theological principles and traditions of the Roman Catholic Church. The Baccalaureate Mass brings into final focus for each student, in a personal sense, the heritage of his faith and the meaning of his education, the strength with which he is endowed by his Creator and God's purpose in his life take on a clearer meaning. With the coming of each year's graduation exercises on the Jamaica campus, the spirit of St. John's shines with a special brilliance. These events symbolize a beginning, a commencement for those whose diligence and dedication have brought them the reward for which they have striven so long. The pageantry of this day is in keeping with the honors to be bestowed. The students have fulfilled their promise. Recognition is now due for their faith and trust in their destinies. Individually and collectively, the day of graduation is a milestone in the steady progress of each student. It is a day of taking stock, of setting sights toward the life ahead for you. To the parents of these graduates, the day is one of heartfelt satisfaction. To the faculty, it is one of academic purpose fulfilled. To the governing body of the university, it is a significant contribution to the life of the community. In the June sunlight, the thoughts of thousands, graduates, alumni, parents, and faculty, as well as honored guests, are prompted to recall with pride the cherished standards and ideals which St. John's University represents. The voice of the commencement speaker praises the achievements of the graduating class. Truly, education for living becomes a spiritual inspiration to those who have striven for excellence in the vineyards of scholastic endeavor. In each individual heart comes a response, a prayer of thanks for the opportunities afforded, for the college community of which he was a part. He has experienced the warmth of communal life, the unselfish sharing of interests, the satisfaction of being a personal part of a great university family, close to the pulse and tempo of New York's metropolitan area. On the university seal are the words of St. John the Baptist, after whom this great university is named. He was the lamp burning and shining. Our response to the inspiration of St. John's, our submission to the guidance of God in the life of the university, are the only valid measures of attainment. This is St. John's University.